Yes. So I believe I'm live. Okay. Yes. So welcome back to my session on machine learning, guys. From today onwards, we are going to start one of the very important topic, one of the very important subjects for GATE data science and AI. After completion of entire mathematics, which is required for machine learning, right? So please join the session so that we can start the session here. Yes. So, hello, I'm Dheeraj, and from today onwards, I'm going to talk about machine learning, right? So, this topic is quite new to everybody, okay? And what are the prerequisites which we need, you can say, to understand entire topic, okay? So, those things I will be discussing. So, this session is going to be a completely, you can say, kind of introduction, right? Where I will introduce what are the official syllabus, what are the topic we have got, and how we are going to go ahead, right? So please join the session and hit the like button so that many people can join us. Yeah. So the live chat is open. Yes. Hello. Yes, it will be in Hindi as well as in English. लेकिन English में होगा तो काफी ज़्यादा learning होगी. प्योर हिंदी में अगर आप सीखना चाहते हैं that is also fine, right? क्योंकि I will be delivering my session in Hindi as well as in English, right? So, but most of the time, you can say 90% I'm gonna use English so that the definition will be more clear and accurate. Yes. So, hi Vaibhav and Rajat and Khan. Yes. So you guys can also share these sessions among everyone so that one of the I think many data science and AI student has been have been waiting for this course, ML course, right? So my main objective was to start this course, after finishing entire mathematics. But there are some topics which still we have to cover, right? Like you can say optimization problems and so many things, right? So let us dive into the official GATE syllabus. You can see this year ISC Bangalore has introduced this paper, okay, and the paper is like you can say the syllabus is quite concise. Key topics are the prerequisite for machine learning to understand. You can say the probability and statistics, okay, the linear algebra and the calculus and the single variable calculus. So you might have gone through my lectures on linear algebra. So I believe everybody might have enjoyed. Romit, yes, Khan, okay. Yes, PPT milegi. Definitely PPT is going to be available after the session, right? So I will share my PPT. I will share my slides, okay, in the groups. Don't worry about it, okay? So you can always contact to, like you can join our Telegram group, okay? And you can directly join us, right? Yes. So let us move ahead and talk about this official syllabus. You can see here the machine learning. Okay, there are two types of machine learning. Basically, they have given the syllabus. So we have to prepare this subject just to crack the examination. Okay. So I'm just going to cover the, you can say, theoretical part of this subject. Okay, and you will find the application of machine learning across everywhere, right? Nowadays, machine learning is across everywhere. After the pandemic, before the pandemic, nobody was familiar with what is machine learning. Okay, uh, before I'm talking about before pandemic, before COVID-19, you can say. After COVID-19, this topic has been like AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning has been, or data science, you can say, has been the hot topic across, you can say, entire world, right? In fact, in India also, right? So many people are coming up with uh, like they started learning ML, but uh, everybody will claim that the machine learning, anybody can learn machine learning, but ऐसा नहीं है. You have to be very good at mathematics. uh, like whenever we prepare for GATE examination, we don't focus on math most of the time. We always focus math before 7 days of the examination, right? But now, since this paper has been introduced, and so you have to focus math from the very first day. Yes, Khan. So everybody will be shared. Okay, let's move ahead first. So you will get all the PPTs and all. Let us discuss our plan, how we are going to go ahead on this YouTube channel. Okay. You guys can subscribe also the YouTube channel where I'm going to discuss everything, and you can also join my mathematics course at Turning Point, okay, because I have taught the exclusive linear algebra, okay, where you will not find anywhere those kind of content for GATE examination in particular. Or other things you can find many lectures are available, but for GATE, particularly in data science and AI or any other branch, right, those who wants to prepare linear algebra, probability and statistics, and okay, so you guys can join. Yes, so let us move to this. Yes, so you can see here they have given this syllabus. So this snapshot I have taken from the official syllabus of GATE 2024 ISC website. So you can see there is the topic like supervised learning. Okay, so there are two type of supervised learning they have introduced here, right? Under supervised learning, we are going to talk about regression and classification problem, right? So just have a look. Okay, I just want you to you can say walk through this syllabus first. Okay, don't worry about what is machine learning, how we are going to learn it. Okay, just wait for that, because this is just an introduction. The way I have simplified mathematics for you all, okay, like the way I have introduced, okay, you can say that mathematics, linear algebra as well as probability, right? The same way I'm going to make machine learning also as easy as possible, right? Provided you should be good at math. Okay, so please join my mathematics course, which is available at Turning Point. Full course you can join, and it is also available at very you can say least price. Okay, we can spend anywhere 200-500 rupees, right? Okay, so supervised learning, under supervised learning, regression classification problem. Okay, there is a simple linear regression and multiple regression, linear regression. Okay, race regression, logistic regression, k nearest neighborhood, naive Bayes classifier. Okay, a linear discriminant analysis, support vector machines. Okay, so I will talk about what are the prerequisite also to understand this entire course. Okay, so and I will just introduce a supervised learning, you can say a basic application. I will take one house price prediction example I will take, and I will explain you the supervised learning first. Okay, and what is the difference between unsupervised learning, all those things I will discuss, right? Fine. So moving ahead, so we will talk about decision trees. Okay, bias variance trade-off, and this is one of the very important topic, you can say LOO. Okay, right, cross validation methods such as leave one out, LOO, cross validation. So in this course, what I'm going to do here is I will talk about some of the important concepts, then I will solve some assignments, right, which are very important, right? I think you guys might have seen my questions which I have been sharing across all these social medias, right, particularly in LinkedIn, everywhere, right? So you might have seen my questions. Okay, those questions are you can say are highly predictable, you can say you might get in the examination as well. Okay, so under unsupervised learning, we are going to talk about clustering. Okay, clustering is one of the important topic. Okay, clustering algorithm, k means and k and we will talk about top down, bottom up, all these things like single linkage, multiple linkage, and dimensionally reduction. And this is one of the highly demanding topic, you can say PCA. Many students might have been asking me, sir, will you introduce PCA? So certainly now in machine learning I'm going to introduce, right? So let us move ahead. What is the course prerequisite and what is the background needed to understand the entire subject? Okay, so if you are really looking for ML to learn, okay, if you really want to crack GATE examination and want to get into IIT Bombay or IIT Bangalore, you should be good at maths. There is no shortcut to success. Okay, that I can claim, and that is the reason at Turning Point we all the team, we have been working on mathematics first. So successfully we have completed maths. So you can see here the very first in fact, if you look at the syllabus of GATE data science and AI, अगर आप देखोगे गेट डेटा साइंस एंड एआई का सिलेबस, तो सबसे पहले आपको प्रोबेबिलिटी दिया हुआ है, प्रोबेबिलिटी एंड स्टैटिस्टिक्स दिया हुआ है, राइट? सो देयर you have to be good at probability theory, joint distribution, density of multiple random variables, okay, conditional distributions, expectation, conditional expectations, okay, and Markov chains, okay. So random variable is one of the key topics, okay, you have to consider. And the second topic that you need to understand, the background which you need, okay. Hari Shankar, we will come to that point, okay. So you guys can always reach to me on Telegram, wherever possible, okay. So optimization technique, right? Optimization technique. So first, matrix algebra. So you might have seen mathematics is not taught in that level, okay, which is required for machine learning, okay. Many people, what they do is they just discuss 12th level mathematics, like, you know, matrix determinant, okay, how to find inverse of the matrix. But you have to deal entire linear algebra with the help of vector, okay. So vector space is one of the, you can say, heart of linear algebra, okay. So if you watch my sessions at Turning Point, which I have taught, okay, complete mathematics, linear algebra particular, so you will find the real linear algebra, okay, and you will be able to solve any questions, you know, in GATE examination, which is going to be conducted in, you can say, first week of the February, right? So data science is going to be happening in the first week only. And the second topic, third topic is optimization technique, okay. So where you have to understand these things like gradient descents, okay. So this is the topic that I have to cover as well at you know, Turning Point. You know, a single variable I have covered, but you can see here, this is the important topic, like optimization. So till this point, I believe everything is okay. So you have to be little confident. So see, if you're good at math, okay, so you are going to score 35 marks, okay, and you're going to also score extra marks from machine learning, right? If you're not good at math, so everything is empty only, right? So nothing is going to be there. So please, you know, start studying mathematics properly, okay. Many people will claim that no background is needed, but this is the background that you need. Despite, in fact, if you go to ISC Bangalore also, so the professor will, first of all, they will request you to you know, to be good at background, okay, fine. So let us move to the very first definition of machine learning, right? So what is machine learning, okay? That was the prerequisite that I have told you, okay? That was the prerequisite, understand? So there is no shortcut to success, right? There is no shortcut to straight learning, okay. If you want to reach to the god, you have to learn probability, statistics, and matrix, okay, and optimization. So whatever symbols I'm just going to use, okay, they will be all from the mathematics. So this course is very high level, you can say, but I will try to make it very simple for all, right? Okay. So definition of machine learning, right? This is the first definition that was introduced by Arthur Samuel. You can see here what is the definition. In fact, anywhere you watch these sessions, like if you watch sessions at Stanford, MIT or anywhere, कहीं भी आप देखोगे, सबसे पहला definition आर्थर सैमुअल ने दिया था in 1959. क्या definition थी, आप सबसे पहले ये देखो, ठीक है? What is the first definition that Arthur Samuel has told? Okay, the machine learning is the field of study, okay, that gives the computer the ability to learn, okay. Machine learning is what? That is going to make your computer to learn something, right, without being explicitly programmed, okay. Matlab, you don't have to write any code or something, right? Okay, your computer has to learn. But now how computer has to learn? How we have to make the computer to learn, okay? That is the very important thing. So from this definition, what we are able to understand is the machine learning is the field of study that gives the computer, okay, the ability to learn, okay. Okay, so that is what the thing is, okay. You have to make your computer, so that your computer can, you know, learn something, okay, from the data, from the experience, you can say, right, without being explicitly programmed. Okay, so this is the first definition that you can see, but from this definition we are not getting anything out of it, right? That you have to always understand. So suppose you want to play some chess or something, right, and you have written a code, right? So automatically, if you are talking about game of checkers, you can say, right, that is a recent progress, you can say. So if you have written some code, right, so that is not a machine learning, okay. If okay, that is a game simply, and you have written some code, and automatically the code is running, okay, behind. and the game is going on, right? Okay, but the main question is what? The main question is how can you make the computer to learn? Okay, so from the second definition you can understand that. Okay, from the first definition, what we are able to understand is we don't have to explicitly program anything. Okay, that is the reason you might have seen whenever placement happen, okay, or for AI or ML, right? Nobody focuses on coding or something, right? So anybody in, like, people who are from computer science, who are from electronics, electrical, mechanical, civil, anybody can make transition from their own like core branch to machine learning or data science, because you don't have to worry about much about code and all, right? You have to worry about what? You have to make computer to learn something. Okay, you have to make okay, so computer the ability to learn, right? So this definition is very clear, right? This, from this definition we are not able to understand anything, but from the second definition you can say something is going to be understood, right? So you can see here the definition of machine learning, which was introduced by Tom Michel, right? You can see here we are progressing one step, one by one, right? We are not going to directly jump to uh, heavy mathematics where you can say, sir, now I'm not going to learn machine learning, right? We have to start from very basic. So from the very first definition was what? We have to make computer to learn something, right? From the data, from the experience, right? Now from the second definition you will learn many things, okay, and this is the beginning of machine learning, you can say. So Tom Michel has introduced this definition. You can read the definition, and I believe many of us will not understand this definition. Okay, so what Tom Michel has said here, the computer program is said to learn from the experience. Okay, understood? Please remember this, the very first word is experience. Okay, the computer is going to, like, as a human, you see, okay, we have to make computer just like a human, okay, so that your computer can mimic the human thing, right? Okay, so how we learn? Okay, how we learn? Tell me. We learn from the experience. Okay, suppose we are spending some time, suppose we start teaching or we started working as software engineer, so we will learn once we will spend some year by year. Okay, so once people are experienced enough, they can do anything, right? They can learn any new technology and they can talk about anything, right? So what Tom Michel has said here is, please read it. Okay, I'm just reading for you, but you can also go through, and don't get afraid about ML now, right? Because now Dheeraj sir is in front of you. अब आपके साथ धीरज सर हैं, जैसा धीरज सर ने मैथमेटिक्स आप लोगों के लिए सिंप्लीफाई किया है, those student who has watched my linear algebra session, probability, statistics, जो भी टॉपिक मैंने पढ़ाया है, they can claim, and in fact I will be sharing the feedback also. Many student has given. I never share the feedback, but now I will be sharing. Okay, so you guys can also take a look. तो इसको आप रीड करो पहले, इस डेफिनेशन को आप क्या समझ रहे हो? Yes, what you are able to understand? A computer program is said to learn from the experience E, okay, with respect to some class of task T. Okay, so you see here the task is there, task, okay, task T, okay, the experience E, okay, and the performance measure P, performance. Okay, you keep noting these points. Performance measure P at task in T as measured by P improves with experience E. Okay, so what do you understand from this definition? Can somebody tell me in the chat box? Yes. So this is the definition Tom Michel has given, and from this definition we can talk about many things, right? Okay, so we need to understand what is the meaning of experience. Okay, what is the meaning of task? Okay, what is the meaning of performance measure? Okay, and many more things. Yes. So please note down this definition, okay, so that you guys can understand, right? So experience is nothing but a data, you can say, right? Experience is nothing but a data. Okay, data. Experience is going to be a data. Always remember this. This is very, very important, right? So computer कैसे सीखेगा? From where computer is going to learn? See, We are learning from the experience, right? We are working at different industries, okay? Whenever we do something, we learn, okay? But how computer is going to learn? Because computer is not a human, right? We have to make a computer just like a human, okay? To mimic all the property of human, right? Okay. So a computer is said to learn from the experience E. Okay. And what is this experience? You can say experience is going to be a data. Always remember, computer is experience is going to be a data. Okay. And suppose you are playing some game, right? Like some game is there. As I told you, game of checker. Okay. Like you can take a game of checker. Okay. So games played by the program with itself. Okay. That is going to be a data. Okay. Some program is there, okay? So if that game is being played by, not being played by the human, okay, the games are played by the program, okay, with itself, okay, that is going to be a data. And from that data is nothing but an experience, you have to say, okay, that data is going to be what? The experience. Yes. So, and what is this performance measure, right? So that performance measure, you can say kind of winning rate, okay? Suppose you're talking about any game, okay, any game you can say. So that performance measure is going to be a winning rate, right? Performance measure, okay. And you know that whether we can win the game or we can lose the game, right? So based on the how we can get the performance measures are basically the winning game, okay, winning rate you can say, right? So yes. So always remember, whenever I will talk about data set in future, right, we have to train data. So you have to understand that data is going to be an experience, right? So data will be what? The experience. Okay. Understood. And the task is going to be what? Task is, this is a task, right? We are playing the game, okay? Like program is going to play the game, that is going to be a task, okay? Understood. And from the performance measure, right, we have to improve what? We have to improve experience. Okay, that is what the definition of Tom Mitchell. Tom Mitchell has told you that a computer program is said to learn from the experience E with respect to some class of task T, okay, and the performance measure P if its performance at task in T, okay, as measured by P improves the experience, improves with the experience E, okay. So always remember, from this session you have to keep in mind the data is going to be experience for the computer, right? क्या आपको याद रखना है यहाँ पर? What do you have to keep in mind? This is very very important to keep in mind, okay. सबसे पहली लाइन जो है, what I whenever I started learning ML, right, so I was thinking how to start ML to learn, right? ठीक है. So what I did was I took some definition first, like 1959 definition introduced by Samuel, okay, and the second definition was Tom Mitchell, okay. So I understood that the data set is going to be the experience for a computer, so that your computer program is said to learn from the experience E with respect to some class of task T, okay. So whatever task is going to be, okay. So yeah, so I believe this is fine. So from this whatever letters I have, whatever letters are there, like experience E, performance P, task T, okay, please note down that. Okay, fine. So I believe this is fine for all, okay. Now what I'm going to talk here is, you will see that there are three types of machine learning that you will be coming across, okay. You will come across three types of machine learning, and this three type of machine learning is based on the task, okay, that you're going to perform, right? So a simplistic view based on task, okay, is going to be like, first type is supervised learning. So I have written supervised learning, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, okay, in separate blocks, okay. You can see I'm just using some sort of a circle here, right? And we are not able to see any sort of intersection at this point, but it is not the right picture, right? That is very important to understand. So this is the first type of machine learning, you can say supervised learning, okay. We will come to that, what is the meaning of supervised learning, what is the meaning of you can say that unsupervised learning, what is the meaning of reinforcement learning, सब कुछ बात करेंगे, लेकिन पहले आपको समझना है कि कितने टाइप की मशीन लर्निंग होती है, ठीक है। तो फर्स्ट supervised learning, second unsupervised learning, okay, and third is going to be a reinforcement learning, right? But it is not the right picture, when we will talk about the reinforcement learning, so there will be some part of supervised also, okay. So you can say that this kind of situation you might get, okay, this kind of situation you might get, okay, this kind of situation you might get, okay, like there will be some intersection of supervised learning with unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning, okay. So this picture is right, okay. आपको ये वाली पिक्चर फॉलो करना है कि देयर विल बी सम इंटरसेक्शन बिटवीन the types of machine learning, you can say supervised learning as well as unsupervised learning, okay. So two definition from today's session, one is Tom Mitchell definition, okay. तो आज से याद रखना कि जो भी डेटा की बात करोगे, डेटा इज नथिंग बट एक्सपीरियंस, ओके, डेटा सेट is going to be experience, and based on the task, okay, based on the task, okay, we classify the type of machine learning. बहुत लोगों को ये नहीं पता रहा होगा कि how we classify the ML, right? सबको ये पता है कि supervised learning है, unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning, right? लेकिन how do we classify, so this is the simplistic view based on the task, right? Supervised, unsupervised, reinforcement learning, okay. So a task can be like, suppose you are going to go for house price prediction, okay. Any house is there and you have to predict the price of that house, right? So that problem is going to be solved by the supervised learning, right? Okay. So this is kind of a task that you have to learn, okay. So data, we have to collect some data, okay, from the house, okay, and then we have to decide the price, understand? So whatever topics that we have listed here from the official syllabus, you can see the supervised learning, then there will be regression and classification problem, all these things, right? So these are the mathematical topics that you should be good at, okay. So yeah, so one by one we will move ahead. So these are the two definitions, please remember, guys. Okay, so Romit is asking, what sir you have what you have MTech from what? Rajat, everything will be clear, don't worry. See, how we collect data, that is very important, that is very good question, right? See, nowadays you might be doing some sort of online shoppings and all, right? Suppose you are watching also, you can say many YouTube channels, okay. Whenever you watch some YouTube channels, okay, so all the time that video comes into picture, right? जो भी recent में होता है, मान लो आप Google में कोई भी चीज सर्च कर रहे हो, ठीक है, तो एक डेटा ही है, you are giving some input, okay. That input is going to be a data that the Google is going to collect all those data, whatever people are searching. आप mail करते हो, email is there, right? So many data are there, okay. Suppose you are preparing for any exam, right? So whatever notes you are making, that is also kind of data only, right? ठीक है. So आपको ये समझना है कि कंप्यूटर को हम कैसे ह्यूमन लाइक बनाना है, राइट? आई हैव टू मेक कंप्यूटर लाइक so that computer can learn anything and can perform any task. अब चैट जीपीटी आपके सामने है, राइट? चैट जीपीटी, तो आप लोग क्या करते हो, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आती है, यू राइट ऑन चैट जीपीटी एंड इट गिव्स यू अ पीस ऑफ कोड, राइट? ओके, लेकिन मैथमेटिक्स की प्रॉब्लम अभी भी चैट जीपीटी सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहा है, राइट? यू सॉल्व एनी क्वेश्चन, यू पुट एनी एप्टीट्यूड क्वेश्चन, चैट जीपीटी विल नॉट बी एबल टू सॉल्व क्लियरली, right? It will give you the solution, but still chat gpt is not that powerful that can answer your all mathematics questions, okay? तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि chat gpt क्या कर रहा है, he is solving your problem, right? So he is learning from the experience, ठीक है? आप सर्च करोगे how to become a data scientist, how to prepare GATE examination, right? So chat gpt is going to answer based on the data, okay, based on the data which is available इन द गूगल और एनीवेयर, राइट? सो आप समझ सकते हो कि बहुत सारा डेटा अवेलेबल है, अब उस डेटा से हमें सीखना है, ठीक है? तो मशीन लर्निंग का यूज तो हर जगह हो रहा है. यू कैन टॉक अबाउट फिनेंस, यू कैन टॉक अबाउट हेल्थ केयर, आप किसी भी डोमेन में जाएंगे एमएल का यूज हर जगह है, ठीक है। चलो, तो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ सुपरवाइज लर्निंग, दैट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड। सुपरवाइज लर्निंग क्या होता है, ठीक है। तो सबसे पहले हम लोग देखेंगे सुपरवाइज लर्निंग। सुपरवाइज learning, okay. Always keep in mind there are three types of machine learning, okay, that I have introduced, fine। जो मैंने आपको थ्री टाइप्स की मशीन लर्निंग आपको बताई है यहाँ पर, राइट। सुपरवाइज, अनसुपरवाइज एंड reinforcement, so the intersection is going to be there, okay। Suppose you are solving problem of reinforcement learning, so there will be some part of supervised as well as unsupervised, ठीक है। लेकिन ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, आपको सबसे पहले फोकस करना है सुपरवाइज में, एंड सुपरवाइज लर्निंग इज फार इजियर, ओके, कंपेयर टू ऑल, ठीक है। तो सबसे पहला जो हम एग्जांपल लेने वाले हैं टू अंडरस्टैंड सुपरवाइज लर्निंग, सुपरवाइज लर्निंग यू कैन से। So today is the introduction class, so I'm not going to discuss many things, ठीक है। लेकिन जैसे जैसे हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे तो मैथमेटिक्स का आपके सामने बहुत ही बड़े बड़े इक्वेशंस आएंगे, लेकिन दोज इक्वेशंस आई विल सिंप्लीफाई, दैट इज माय जॉब, ठीक है। तो मैं आपको एक जो भी नोटेशंस यूज करेंगे उसको भी समझा देंगे कि इस नोटेशन का मतलब क्या होता है, आपको हमेशा समझना है, ठीक है। क्योंकि हम लोग तो ह्यूमन है ना, तो हम लोगों को कोई प्रोग्राम की जरूरत नहीं है, वी हैव अ brain, right? But we have to make you know computer to learn something, okay, from the experience। and computer के लिए experience क्या होता है, computer के लिए experience है data। हमारे लिए experience क्या है, हमारे लिए experience है whatever time we have spent, okay, in our school days, in our college days, or suppose we are working in any company, so those things are our experience। but computer के लिए experience data है, ठीक है। तो याद रखना, डेटा को हम लोग एक्सपीरियंस बोलते हैं। आप बहुत सारे लोगों को ये नहीं पता रहा होगा, आज से पता कर लो, ये मेरा बिगनिंग पॉइंट था एमएल सीखने का, ठीक है। सो सबको ऐसे ही सीखना है, और गेट एग्जाम कैसे क्रैक करना है बस उतना ही सीखना है, ठीक है। उसके बाद आप जब आईएससी में जाओगे, आईआईटी बॉम्बे में जाओगे, तो फिर यू कैन से यू विल बूम। और इस टाइप का सेशन जो मैं आपको दे रहा हूँ एट टर्निंग पॉइंट बिकॉज ऑफ अंकुश सकलेचा सर, you will not find this kind of sessions anywhere, right? आप देख सकते हो कहीं भी, ठीक है। तो इतना कॉन्फिडेंस आपके अंदर नहीं आएगा, ठीक है। तो इसीलिए मैं आप लोगों को बोलूंगा यू गाइस कैन ज्वाइन। तो पहला जो हम सुपरवाइज लर्निंग की हम लोग समझेंगे, फर्स्ट एग्जांपल विल टेक लाइक हाउस प्राइस प्रेडिक्शन, राइट। वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न दिस सुपरवाइज लर्निंग, ओके। You having some application, the real life example, you can say house price prediction। अभी तक क्या होता था, suppose you have to buy one house at Bangalore, so nobody talks about anything, right? डायरेक्टली पैसा पे करो और सीधा, अब यहाँ पर आप प्रेडिक्शन कर सकते हो, राइट। अभी आप देखोगे बहुत सारे एप्स अवेलेबल हैं, बहुत सारे एल्गोरिदम चल रहे हैं, राइट। देयर यू कैन ऑलवेज प्रेडिक्ट समथिंग, राइट। सो हाउस price prediction, so this is the first application that we can talk about, okay, to understand supervised learning। so what will be given here, so first of all you have to understand what is given here। so given will be a data set that contains n sample, you can say a data set that contains n sample, ठीक है। तो आज से याद रखना जो जो पॉइंट, मतलब कहते हैं ना कि यू हैव टू स्टार्ट फ्रॉम वेरी बिगनिंग, राइट। तो ठीक है, तो एक दिन में ही एमएल मशीन लर्निंग साइंटिस्ट नहीं बन जाना है, आपको धीरे धीरे सीखना है। एंड आई मेक श्योर दैट कि 20 डेज में आपका सारा एमएल क्लियर हो जाएगा। फिर आप कोई भी लेक्चर देखोगे, एमआईटी का देखो, स्टैनफोर्ड का देखो, आईआईसी बैंगलोर का देखो, एनपीटेल का देखो, कहीं भी देखोगे सब समझ में आने वाला। but if you're going to watch in the first go, right, you're not going to understand anything। तो सबसे पहले आपको मैथमेटिक्स सीखना है, ठीक है। तो कमिंग टू सुपरवाइज लर्निंग, हाउस प्राइस प्रेडिक्शन के अंडर में हमें क्या करना है, सबसे पहले व्हाट इज गिवन हियर, द डेटा सेट दैट कंटेन्स n सैंपल, ओके, अंडरस्टूड, दैट कंटेन्स n सैंपल। you can say that there will be some number, okay, you can say there will be some number, you can say Okay, some number will be given like this. Understood? Okay, these kind of sets will be given. Okay, n samples are there. Okay, n samples you can say, right? Okay, so these are x and y. These you can consider as a vector or you can consider as a number, right? So what can be these numbers? That is very important to understand. So we will plot this. Okay, we are going to plot this. Okay, so what we can do here is we can plot. Okay, the price we can plot here, and yes. So what is given here? You can say a data set that contains n samples. Okay, and now we have to talk about task as well. Then we will plot it, right? So task. What is task here? यहाँ पर task क्या है आपका बताओ? Anybody, can somebody write in the chat box what is task here? What will be the task? Suppose we have to predict the house price. What will be the task? So the task is basically to predict the price. Okay, predict is price. So if residence has x square feet, you can say if residence has x square feet. Okay, yes. If residence has x square feet, so we have to predict its price. Okay. Understood. So if any graph is given, okay, if any plot is given, so you can easily tell, yes, for this square feet, this is going to be a price. Okay, for this square feet, this is going to be a price. Okay, so this data set has contained n samples. These are the numbers you can take x or by. You can say these are the numbers. Okay, so it is two-dimensional one. Okay, so just I'm going to plot here. You can say here, yes. So you can say this is nothing but x-axis and this is nothing but y, you can say, right? Okay. And I'm just going to write here what? I'm just going to write 0. You can say this is 500, this is 1000. Okay, so this I'm writing in terms of square feet. Okay, square feet. Okay. Okay, so this is going to be x and this is y. Fine. So here it is 100. I mean 1000. Then it is 1500. You can say, right? These are the square feet. Your residence, the area of that residence is x. So what is the situation here? You are just talking about residence has this much area, okay, and you're going to predict the what? You're going to predict the what? You're going to predict the price. Okay, so our output is going to be this. This is going to be an output, you can say, and this is going to be an input. Okay, for supervised learning, right? So yes. So suppose this is nothing but 2000, right? And there will be what? Some intersection points. Okay, so this is nothing but a coordinate, you can say x and by, okay, x1 by 1, x and by n. So these are the coordinates, and these coordinates we are going to show with the help of cross, right? Okay, so you can say that there is some cross here, right? And there is some cross, understand? These are the cross. Okay, you can say like this. So these cross are talking about what? Okay, these cross are talking about at 500. Okay, suppose the residence has the area 500 square feet. Okay, so you can directly predict the price. Okay, but it is the state problem. Okay, just by looking at this you can tell. Suppose the price is nothing but you can say that this is 0, this is nothing but 0.5. Okay, you can say 0.5 here, and this is nothing but 1. Okay, and you can say price in crore or lakh, whatever you want to say. Oh, Yes. So sometimes I think some blinking is there, so you have to accept it, right? So yes. Okay. So right now you can talk about, suppose I am asking that what is the cost, suppose the any residence has 800 square feet, what will be the cost, right? What will be the cost? Now here the level is, you can see here directly we are not able to predict it, okay? See, because if somebody is asking if the residence has 500 square feet, so you can directly say that yes, 0.5 crore, or you can say 50 lakh. I will not say 1 lakh or 0.5 lakh, because that is very, least price. Okay, so you can move ahead and list the price here. You can say this is nothing but 1.5. This is 2.5, and so on, right? Okay. So if you, yes. So this is nothing but what? These crosses are nothing but a sample, you can say. Okay. So you can say this cross is nothing but what? You can say this is nothing but a 15 sample. So 15 sample will be written as x15 and by 15. Okay. Okay. Fine. So suppose someone is going to ask you what is the price for 500 square feet. So you can simply say that, sir, 50 lakh, right? 50 lakh. If this price is given in lakhs, right? So you can immediately say that yes. But suppose someone is going to ask you what will be the price for 800, you can say 800 square feet. Okay. So you're not able to decide because the label is not given, right? I mean, the price is not directly matching. Okay, you can see here. Okay, if you go up, okay, so this price can be anything, right? So how can we get the price? That is the question, right? How can we get the price? Understand? So what we will do here is we are going to draw one line, right? We are going to draw one line. You can say just draw one line. You can say one line. You just draw. Okay. So one line is being drawn. Okay. So here the input is nothing but what is square feet. That's it. Okay. This is nothing but an input you are giving, and this is going to be the output. Like you are able to predict the house, the price of house. Okay. So if you're going to draw this line, okay, so you can see here if this point is here. Suppose you want to find what is the price at this for this 800 square feet. So you can go to y-axis and you can find the price. Okay, it will be greater than, you can say, 50 lakh, okay, and less than 1 crore, right? Sorry, I should not write lakhs here, I should write crore, right? So that it will be far better. Okay, fine. So the question will be what they will ask the question. Suppose x is 800, what will be the value of buy? Okay, so this kind of line you have to draw, and this kind of line how can you draw? Okay, that is the very important thing. Okay, lot of data is available. Okay, for different square feet you have got the price. Okay, for 500 square feet you have got, you can say, 50 lakh. For 1000 you can say there is 1.5 crore. For 3000 you can say 3.5 crore kind of price is given. Okay, but suppose you want to find x equal to 800 square feet, what will be the cost price? Okay, that is the very important question. Okay, in case of supervised learning, that is very important. The input will be given, some data set will be given. This is the important distinction that you have to remember, and you can predict the output. Okay, you can predict the output. Fine. So I'm just drawing this straight line. Okay, this is going to be a regression problem, linear regression problem. Okay, remember, but we can also draw some quadratic curve also, right? Quadratic curve, understand? So yes, so I believe this is fine. Okay, yes. So these inputs in future you will you will come to know that these inputs are also known as features. Okay, so there is only one feature in this case. Okay, so that is very important to remember. Okay, yes. So please note down these points. These points are important to understand. Hmm. So you can also draw one kind of this kind of a, okay, this kind of curve also. Okay, this will be the quadratic one, quadratic curve. Okay, and this is going to be a straight line, right? So these are the lines that we have to draw, okay, and these are the cross which are showing you the samples, right? So how we can draw these lines? We have to fit, okay, we have to fit this line, we have to draw this line, okay, and this line can be drawn with the help of linear regression, right? So we will talk about that as we move ahead, ठीक है? तो आपको समझना है कि सबसे पहला जो सुपरवाइज लर्निंग का एप्लीकेशन है, व्हाट इज दैट? The input x will be given, okay, some features, okay, input is nothing but a feature, you will come to know that, okay, as we move ahead, and output is going to be called as label, okay, output is going to be called as label, right? So we will talk about fitting linear or quadratic function to the data set, right? What we will discuss here, how to fit you can say that linear or quadratic function to the data set, okay, so that we can predict the price, we can do many things, right? This is one situation that you have to remember, okay? Yes. So please note down this so that okay, so suppose you have got if I talk about more features here, so only there is one feature, okay, so one feature is there. The feature is nothing but an input, you can say. So in case of input, what is the feature here? You can say the square feet, the size, you can say, size of the residence, right? The size is just a feature, right? Size is going to be a feature in this case, ठीक है? So आप याद रखना, जब भी हम feature बात करेंगे, I will not talk about input, I will say feature. X is a feature, okay? So there will be different features, okay, and the feature can be different here. I'm just talking about size at this moment, okay? But we can talk about many other features, right? So you can say that suppose we also know the other features, okay, other features, you can say. So we have to find the function, okay, what will be the task here mathematically? How can we think here? We have to find the function, okay, that maps what, these features into the price, okay, so that we can predict the house price, okay. So the task is going to be what, mathematically, if you think, task is going to be mapping function, okay, find a function that maps, find a function that maps, okay, okay, this is very important to understand. So we will take some example also, right? We will take some problem also in other sessions, not in this session, just I am introducing, ठीक है? तो अगर आपको more feature पता है, ठीक है, if you know more features about the house, you can say that size we know one feature, and other feature you can say lot size, you know, right? Lot size, okay, so you can predict the price, right? You can predict the price. So what is this size, what is this lot size, you know? So you can say this is nothing but a three-dimensional picture now, okay? There will be three-dimensional picture, okay? It is not a two-dimensional, okay? So you can say that this is nothing but what, you can say this is nothing but a feature, or we call it input, and this x belongs to, you can say this x belongs to what, the two-dimensional space, right? R2 is what, these are the real numbers, okay? Remember this, these are the real numbers. And when we are talking about supervised learning, so we'll talk about numbers, guys, okay? We have to map numbers, we have to find the functions, and that function has to map to the number, right? So you see here, if I'm writing x belongs to R2, so you have to understand that there are two features, okay, there are two inputs, okay, and the output is going to be called as label. आप से याद रखना, this is nothing but an output, and this output is called as label, you can say label or output. So this is a very beginning thing, you know, as a beginner we have to understand, ठीक है? Input को हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं? Input is nothing but a feature, right? And it is going to give you the output, that is a price, एंड दैट प्राइस इज नथिंग बट अ लेबल, ठीक है। क्या याद रखना, ये लेबल का मतलब क्या होता है, आउटपुट, ओके। दिस लेवल इज गोइंग टू बी व्हाट, दिस बाई बिलोंग्स टू अ नंबर दैट इज रियल नंबर, okay, that is going to be a real number, right? So it is a three dimensional, okay. So dimension will also increase, right, as we have more data, okay. Data is nothing but an experience for the computer, not for us, right? Okay, for the computer, after we are learning machine learning for the computer to make computer learn something, okay, from the data. ये आज से याद रख लेना, शॉर्ट नोट में भी लिखते जाओ पॉइंट वाइज कि मशीन लर्निंग का क्या यूज है, ठीक है। अब देखो, वी हैव टू फाइंड अ फंक्शन। अब मैथमेटिकली आपको अच्छा होना चाहिए, तभी आप फंक्शन के बारे में, अगर आपको फंक्शन के बारे में पता है, ठीक है, तभी आप समझोगे कैसे मैपिंग करते हैं, ठीक है। तो ये सारी चीजें क्या है, दीज आर दी डेटाज, ओके, दीज आर द डेटा लाइक साइज, लॉट साइज यू कैन से, एंड so on and so forth. So we call it features, we call input is called as features, output is called as label. So जब भी आप कोई भी बुक उठाओगे, ठीक है, तो वहां पर आपके पास क्या रहेगा, there will be basically they will talk about features, they will talk about label. तो आपको समझ में नहीं आएगा कि ये लेबल का मतलब क्या है। अगर आप कोई भी फंक्शन को देखते हो, हाउ डू वी डिफाइन फंक्शन, तो फंक्शन इज जस्ट लाइक अ मशीन, यू कैन से फंक्शन इज जस्ट लाइक अ मशीन यू कैन टेक, ठीक है। So if you are giving input to this function, so this is going to give you the output, okay. So this is the very direct definition of function, right? Whatever input you are giving, and that is going to give you the output, okay. So this will map, okay, this will map your input to output, okay. This function is going to map, okay, this function is going to map. Suppose you have got a juicer, right? If you understand the function, right, so what kind of input you have to give, right? That input should be valid input. ऐसा नहीं है कोई भी इनपुट आप दे दोगे। मान लो अब जूसर, आपके पास कोई एक मशीन है, ठीक है, इफ जूसर इज देयर, तो व्हाट इज द जॉब ऑफ जूसर, जूसर हैज टू प्रोड्यूस जूस, राइट। अगर आप इसमें बूट डाल दोगे तो क्या हो जाएगा, कोई आउटपुट नहीं आने वाला, ठीक है। तो आपको ये समझना है कि दिस फंक्शन इज गोइंग टू मैप, ओके, टू द आउटपुट, एंड दिस आउटपुट इज गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड एज लेबल, एंड दिस एक्स इज नथिंग बट अ फीचर, ठीक है। तो जैसे जैसे फीचर्स बढ़ेंगे, है ना, आपको समझना है कि क्या होने वाला है आगे, राइट। तो अगर एक फीचर है, केवल एक साइज की बात कर रहे हैं, बेस्ड ऑन द साइज वी वांट टू प्रेडिक्ट द प्राइस ऑफ द हाउस, एंड दिस फंक्शन इज गोइंग टू हेल्प यू टू मैप, ओके, टू द नंबर, ठीक है। तो जो सुपरवाइज लर्निंग होगा उसमें हम नंबर की बात करने वाले हैं। आगे हम देखेंगे कि अनसुपरवाइज में क्या करेंगे, राइट, वेदर वहां पर लेवल होता है कि नहीं होता है, ठीक है। इसमें दोनों चीज रहेगा, फीचर्स इज देयर, लेवल इज देयर, ठीक है। सो आई थिंक टिल दिस पॉइंट एवरीथिंग इज ओके, ठीक है। समटाइम्स हम लोग क्या बोलते हैं, जो ये आउटपुट आता है आपका, जैसे बाई है ना, समटाइम्स दिस बाई को हम लोग बोलते हैं, याद रखना, बाई 1 बाई 2, राइट, लाइक दिस वी कॉल। तो अगर n सैंपल्स हैं तो हम बाई 1 बाई 2, तो इनको हम लोग समटाइम्स बोलते हैं सुपरविजन, सुपरविजन, supervision refers to this, the supervision, okay. That is why this kind of problem what we are talking about, like house price prediction problem, is called as what, supervised learning, right. So supervised learning कहाँ से आया आपका, because this level is basically considered as supervision, right. We are just supervising what, given data set, okay, a given data set, what my job is, what, to take function, okay, find function that maps to the, you know, real number, okay. So we are supervising, we are just trying to see the number, okay, that function is going to map, okay. So that is why we call it supervised learning, ठीक है। हाँ हाँ हाँ, रजत इज करेक्ट, ओके। फीचर इज फ्रूट, लेबल इज जूस। तो आपको जो भी फंक्शन आप डेफिनेशन पढ़े हो वही यहाँ पर बात होगा, लेकिन अब थोड़ा सा तो बात करना पड़ेगा एमएल का, राइट। तो अब आपको समझना है कि आप मशीन लर्निंग सीख रहे हो, बस धीरे धीरे चलते चलो। तो अभी तक आपको जो जो मैंने बताया है आप उसको नोट करते जाओ, एंड लेट मी गारंटी यू गाइस, गेट में जितने भी क्वेश्चंस आएंगे एमएल से रिलेटेड, आप कहीं से भी पढ़ लो, यहाँ पढ़ोगे तो सारा का सारा क्लियर होने वाला है। दिस इज माई गारंटी, दैट्स व्हाट आई कैन से, ठीक है। तो स्टेप बाय स्टेप सीखो, भागना नहीं है, ठीक है, भागना नहीं है। ओके फाइन। तो आज आप लोगों ने क्या क्या सीखा? इनपुट इज जस्ट अ फीचर, ओके। सो द इनपुट कैन बी मैनी मैनी इनपुट्स, यू कैन से लाइक मैनी मैनी डेटा सेट यू कैन हैव, ठीक है। तो सिचुएशन कुछ ऐसी भी हो सकती है, मैं आपको बता देता हूँ। तो हाई डायमेंशनल फीचर भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, देयर कैन बी हाई डायमेंशनल फीचर। वी विल आल्सो टॉक अबाउट इनफाइनाइट डायमेंशन फीचर आल्सो, ठीक है। तो आपके सिचुएशन में कुछ ऐसा रहेगा, आप देखो यहाँ पर। सो हाई डायमेंशनल फीचर, so your input, you know, your feature can be high dimension, okay. This d is nothing but large d and we are talking about real number guys, real number, ठीक है। हम लोग किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? रियल नंबर की। आप देखो यहाँ पर क्या है, एग्जाम्पल के केस में आप ले सकते हो x इज अ वेक्टर, ठीक है, x is a vector and these x1 x2 x3 xd can be considered as a component, right, of a vector. So x1 can be a living size, x2 can be a lot size, x3 can be number of floors। अब किसी भी घर में कितने सारे फ्लोर्स हैं, है ना, उससे भी आप प्राइस डिसाइड करोगे, राइट। बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, है ना, कि अगर 2 BHK 3 BHK उसमें कितने फ्लोर्स हैं, है ना, कहाँ पर है ना, ये भी हो सकता है। बैंगलोर में है तो फिर प्राइस तो काइंड ऑफ, है ना। तो अब देखो बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, बहुत सारी फीचर्स की बात लोग करने लगते हैं। अगर कोई गांव में, मान लो विलेज में, somebody wants to predict a price of a house at village, डेटा कलेक्ट किया, तो वहां से क्या क्या बताओगे? कोई ध्यान ही नहीं देता है ज्यादा, राइट। तो आपको डेटा डेटा से आपको सीखना है, और कंप्यूटर से आपको प्रेडिक्ट करवाना है प्राइस, आपको प्रेडिक्ट नहीं करना है। यू हैव टू प्रेडिक्ट, यू हैव टू आस्क योर कंप्यूटर टू प्रेडिक्ट द प्राइस। ये जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, ये सारी चीजें कंप्यूटर के लिए बात की जा रही है गाइस, ओके। आप ये मत सोचो कि आप अपने लिए कर रहे हो, ठीक है। वी आर नॉट द कंप्यूटर, वी आर ह्यूमन। हम लोग तो देख कर बता सकते हैं, हाँ इसका प्राइस इतना है, राइट। लेकिन हमें एक ऐसा सिस्टम फाइंड करना है सो दैट मशीन कैन डू एवरीथिंग, ठीक है। आप कोई भी चीज बोलते हो, आप देखते हो कि सपोज यू आर लुकिंग फॉर सम सेशन, राइट, सम लेक्चर्स और सम काइंड ऑफ डाउट यू हैव। जस्ट मान लो आप होटल फाइंड कर रहे हो, आप गए हो किसी न्यू प्लेस में, लाइक इफ यू हैव गॉन टू बैंगलोर, दिल्ली, हैदराबाद। अगर आप गांव से आए हो, आपको नहीं पता है कोई भी आइडिया, यू डोंट हैव एनी फ्रेंड्स, यू आस्क योर मोबाइल, राइट, गूगल असिस्टेंट होता है। तो आप पूछते हो कि वेयर इज दी होटल, राइट। सो वो बताता है, हाँ नियर बाय इतने सारे होटल्स हैं, राइट। तो वो सब कैसे हो रहा है? दीज आर ऑल मशीन लर्निंग, राइट। हाई डायमंड, यस, हेलो। तो आप देखो कि द फीचर, देयर कैन बी मैनी फीचर्स, तो इनपुट कैन बी हाई डायमेंशन, ठीक है, ओके। इनपुट कैन बी हाई डायमेंशन, और इनपुट को हमेशा आप कैसा ले सकते हो? इनपुट कैन बी अ नंबर, इनपुट कैन बी अ वेक्टर, ठीक है। तो अब समझ जाओ कि वेक्टर का कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, वो भी लीनियर अलजेब्रा में जो आप लोग पढ़े हो, ठीक है। You can see here, so these are the things. So these are the things that we have to input, okay, and what we have to predict a single value, that is nothing but a price, right. This is a real number, y is going to belong, okay, a real number r, okay, understood. So we will talk about infinite dimensional features also, infinite dimensional features, ठीक है। अब देखो, अगर कोई क्वेश्चन की बात करते हैं, इफ आई हैव गॉट सम क्वेश्चंस आल्सो, सो आई कैन टेक, ओके, दोस क्वेश्चंस, ठीक है। आई कैन टेक सम क्वेश्चंस आल्सो गाइस, ठीक है। इफ आई हैव सम क्वेश्चंस हियर, सो 1 minute, so I can show you what kind of question you can expect in your exam, fine. So I will take one question from my assignment and I will paste here. ठीक है, तो let us take one question here. It's a very direct question. देखो, टाइप ऑफ रिग्रेशन ही हम लोग बात करेंगे फ्यूचर में, लेकिन अभी कॉन्सेप्ट सारे क्लियर नहीं है, तो वी कैन जस्ट टेक वन क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम माय असाइनमेंट, राइट। यू सी, दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन आई हैव टेकन फ्रॉम माय असाइनमेंट। यू सी, रीड द क्वेश्चन हियर एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दे आर आस्किंग, राइट। आप लोग इस क्वेश्चन को रीड करो और बताओ क्या होगा, ठीक है। तो अभी हम लोगों को लीनियर रिग्रेशन का मतलब नहीं पता है, मल्टी यू नो लेबल, अब देखो लेबल यहाँ लिखा है ना लेबल, लेबल मीन्स आप समझ सकते हो क्या होने वाला है, राइट। तो रीड द क्वेश्चन हियर एंड अंडरस्टैंड। तो क्वेश्चन क्या बोल रहा है कि द सेलिंग प्राइस ऑफ द हाउस डिपेंड्स अपॉन द फॉलोइंग फैक्टर्स, राइट। For example, it depends upon the number of bedrooms. Okay, these are the features. Okay, these are the feature, guys. Okay, please remember that. आज से आपको ये तो समझ में आने लगा होगा कि these are the feature. The moment you read the question, okay, what they have given, the selling price of the house depends upon the following factors. For example, it depends upon the number of bedrooms, number of kitchens, number of bathrooms, the year, okay, the house was built, and the square footage of the lot. Given these factors, predicting the selling price of the house is an example of what kind of task, right? देखो task का मतलब क्या होता है? Task is nothing but a function. You have to find a function that maps to a real number, okay? तो अब देखो यहाँ पर बहुत सारे फीचर्स दिए हुए हैं, राइट? देयर आर मैनी फीचर्स, देयर आर मैनी फीचर्स, ओके। सो अगर मान लो सिंगल फीचर है, देयर इज ओनली सिंगल फीचर, सो दैट इज गोइंग टू बी अ लीनियर रिग्रेशन प्रॉब्लम। बट अगर मान लो बहुत सारे फीचर्स दिए हैं एंड यू हैव टू फाइंड, you have to find the label, right? You have to find the price. Okay, so what will be the answer? Anybody from the chat box, please write the answer. Okay, though I did not talk about anything till now, but you guys can also think about it, right? ये क्लासिफिकेशन की प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहेगी, ये रिग्रेशन की प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि दिस प्रॉब्लम कम्स अंडर सुपरवाइज लर्निंग। वी हैव टू सुपरवाइज द प्राइस, ओके, गिवन दैट द फीचर्स, ओके, व्हाट एवर फीचर्स आर गिवन, ठीक है। तो आप बता सकते हो कि इसका आंसर क्या होगा? मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन, ओके। इसका आंसर क्या होने वाला है? मल्टीपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन, ओके, MLR, अंडरस्टैंड। तो अब सपोज ये गेट में क्वेश्चन आ गया, अब आपको समझ नहीं आता कि ये सब क्या बात कर रहे हैं, राइट? व्हाट पेपर इज टॉकिंग अबाउट, ठीक है ना? तो आपको समझना है कि फीचर्स विल बी गिवन, बेस्ड ऑन द फीचर्स यू हैव टू प्रेडिक्ट द प्राइस। मतलब आपको इनपुट दिया है, बाई निकालना है, ठीक है। अब बाई एक ही नंबर होगा, ठीक है। तो ये टास्क की बात की जा रही है कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ टास्क वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, ओके। तो जितने भी टास्क यहाँ पर मेंशन्ड है ऑप्शंस में, बाइनरी क्लासिफिकेशंस, मल्टीलेटरल क्लासिफिकेशंस, सिंपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन एंड मल्टीपल रिग्रेशन, तो आप देख लो अपने सिलेबस में भी जाके। अगर आप सीधा अपने सिलेबस में जाते हो, क्या ये वाला टास्क इसमें है क्या? ठीक है, देखो यहाँ पर दिया हुआ है कि सुपरवाइज लर्निंग में ये जो टास्क है, लाइक लीनियर रिग्रेशन में, लीनियर रिग्रेशन वी विल टॉक अबाउट क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम्स, ओके। बट वेयर वी हैव टू टॉक अबाउट क्लासिफिकेशन, दीज थिंग्स वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड। सी सिंपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन, मल्टीपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन, ओके, ठीक है। तो आप समझ सकते हो कि जो भी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे सारा का सारा सिलेबस के अकॉर्डिंग ही होने वाला है, ठीक है। यस, सो इसका आंसर आपका मल्टीपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन होगा। एज वी मूव अहेड यू विल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई मल्टीपल लीनियर रिग्रेशन वी आर सीइंग। यस, रजत इज सेइंग मैनी टू वन फंक्शन टाइप का है, यस, ठीक है, मैनी टू वन। ये तो फैक्ट भी आपको पता है कि बहुत सारे फीचर्स यहाँ पर दिए हुए हैं, है ना। so many features are there, x is so many features, you can say the number of bedrooms, right? x1, x2, number of kitchens, number of bedrooms, right? number of kitchens, ठीक है, okay, number of bathrooms, okay, and the year of the house was built, okay, and the square footage of the lot, okay. Given these factors, predicting the selling price of the house is an example of multiple linear regression, ठीक है। तो आप लोग क्या करोगे, डेली का डेली आपको आना है सेशन में, ठीक है, और यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, यू हैव टू लर्न एवरीथिंग। मैं धीरे धीरे आपको बताऊंगा सारा का सारा। तो इनफाइनाइट डायमेंशनल फीचर की बात करेंगे, सो देयर कैन बी हाई डायमेंशनल फीचर, जो मैंने आपको अभी बता दिया, ठीक है। एंड वी हैव टू आल्सो सिलेक्ट, ओके, द फीचर्स बेस्ड ऑन द डेटा। ऐसा नहीं है कि सी यू हैव गॉट इनफाइनाइट अमाउंट ऑफ डेटा, राइट, बहुत सारा डेटा अवेलेबल है, लेकिन कैसे सिलेक्ट करते हैं, सिलेक्शन इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट। ऐसा नहीं कि व्हाट एनी फीचर यू कैन टेक, राइट, ओके। बहुत सारे फीचर्स रहेंगे तो फिर कंफ्यूजन भी हो सकता है, ओके। ओवर फिटिंग, आप लोग एक वर्ड सुने होंगे, ओवर फिटिंग, राइट। okay? So we have to learn, okay, select features based on the data. So we have to select feature based on the data. We have to learn something, some concepts, okay? ठीक है? तो अब अगर हम बात करें, देयर आर टू प्रॉब्लम्स, ओके? सुपरवाइज लर्निंग की दो प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं। एक तो आपका रिग्रेशन है, ठीक है? वन इज रिग्रेशन एंड वर्सेस क्लासिफिकेशन। आई विल डिस्कस एवरीथिंग इन डिटेल, बट अभी आज का इंट्रोडक्शन सेशन है, तो बस मैं आपको ब्रीफली टच करवा रहा हूँ सारी चीजें, राइट? तो अगर मान लो याद रखना, रिग्रेशन वर्सेस क्लासिफिकेशन की अगर बात करते हैं, तो रिग्रेशन का यूज हम लोग कहां पर करेंगे? टू प्रेडिक्ट द प्राइस, ओके? तो रिग्रेशन का मतलब है इफ बाई इज अ नंबर, राइट? इफ बाई यू कैन से बिलोंग्स टू आर, ओके? एंड इफ दिस बाई इज अ कॉन्टिन्यूअस variable, you can say is a continuous variable, then it is a problem of regression, ठीक है? ये regression के अंडर में आएगा। और इसका एग्जाम्पल आप दे सकते हो, एग्जाम्पल इज गोइंग टू बी व्हाट? एग्जाम्पल इज गोइंग टू बी द प्राइस प्रेडिक्शन। तो रिग्रेशन का यूज करके आप लोग क्या कर सकते हो? प्राइस प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हो, राइट? प्राइस प्रेडिक्शन, ठीक है? सो आई थिंक दिस इज क्लियर फॉर ऑल। एंड क्लासिफिकेशन के केस में क्या होगा? याद रखना, ये डिफरेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। जो लेवल होने वाला है गाइस, रिग्रेशन वर्सेस क्लासिफिकेशन, दीज आर द टू प्रॉब्लम वी हैव टू सॉल्व, राइट? यू नो, अंडर सुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग, ओके? तो प्राइस प्रेडिक्शन हियर, बाय इज नथिंग बट व्हाट? हम आउटपुट नहीं बोलेंगे इसको बार बार, आपको समझ आना चाहिए। आउटपुट इनपुट तो सबको आता है। बाय इज अ लेबल, राइट? एंड लेबल इज द कॉन्टिन्यूअस वेरिएबल हियर, so that is going to be a regression, okay? And classification के केस में क्या रहेगा? the label is a discrete variable, okay? the classification के केस में क्या रहेगा? label is a discrete variable, okay? discrete variable, okay? you have to remember this, okay? So you guys can also write your thought process, okay? So classification में क्या रहेगा? there will be two, okay? मान लो ऐसा दिया है कि the task of predicting the type of residence, okay? इस केस में हम प्राइस प्रेडिक्ट नहीं करेंगे। मान लो आपको साइज दिया है, लॉट साइज दिया हुआ है, एंड यू हैव टू प्रेडिक्ट वेदर दैट इज अ हाउस और अ टाउन हाउस, okay? So if you want to predict, okay, the example is going to be what? The task of predicting the type of the residence. In this case, the example is going to be task of predicting the type of residence, ठीक है? टाइप ऑफ रेजिडेंस, कि वो रेजिडेंस हाउस है या टाउन हाउस है, काइंड ऑफ, राइट? फीचर विल बी देयर, ओके? फीचर विल बी देयर, लेबल्स आल्सो विल बी देयर, ओके? इन केस ऑफ अनसुपरवाइज्ड लर्निंग आपको दिखेगा कि लेबल्स थोड़ा लेवल आप फाइंड करोगे डिफरेंस, है ना? तो वहां पर लेवल की बात करते हैं कि नहीं करते हैं, आप देखोगे। अभी हम ज्यादा इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करने वाले हैं कोई भी चीज कि आपको कंफ्यूजन होना स्टार्ट हो जाए, ठीक है? तो क्लासिफिकेशन में क्या रहेगा? What you have to do, you don't have to predict the price, you have to predict the type of the residence, okay, based on the feature you have been given, ठीक है? Okay, fine, okay. So this is all about guys, I wanted to talk today, right? और भी आगे की बात करेंगे, बहुत सारी बात करना है हमें, so we will discuss all of them in the next session, okay? So for this session this is enough, and please follow on you can say on, you guys can join on Telegram, you guys can contact me directly, right? So you will be learning a lot, okay, in mathematics as well as machine learning. तो मैंने आपको क्या क्या आज बताया है, सारा का सारा you can just recap once, ठीक है? हाँ, it takes time, मुझे भी टाइम लगा है, and it will take time for me also to deliver everything properly. मैं चाहता हूँ कि सारे क्वेश्चन आप बना पाओ, और I will be also bringing my assignments which are very you can say likely to be asked in the GATE examination, जो भी questions मैं बताऊंगा, ठीक है? तो आज के सेशन में हम लोग इतना सीख लिए हैं कि दो डेफिनेशंस के बारे में बात किए। एक्सपीरियंस का मतलब डेटा है, जो भी डेटा सेट है वो दैट इज एक्सपीरियंस फॉर द कंप्यूटर। टास्क हम लोग परफॉर्म करेंगे, है ना, परफॉर्मेंस रेट मेजर करेंगे। बेस्ड ऑन द परफॉर्मेंस मेजर, राइट, वट एवर टास्क वी आर परफॉर्मिंग, तो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस क्या होगा, इंप्रूव होगा। कंप्यूटर का एक्सपीरियंस इंप्रूव होगा, मेरा नहीं, आपका नहीं, कंप्यूटर का, राइट। सो दैट योर कंप्यूटर कैन परफॉर्म एनीथिंग, ओके, विदाउट एक्सप्लिसिट, यू कैन से विदाउट एक्सप्लिसिटली प्रोग्राम्ड, राइट। आपको बार बार कोडिंग नहीं करना है, बार बार प्रोग्राम नहीं करना है, ठीक है। समझ आया क्या? फिर we discuss about based on the type of task, okay, we discuss about supervised learning, unsupervised learning and reinforcement learning। और फिर मैंने आज supervised learning के बारे में थोड़ा सा आपको बताया है। just I introduced one application that was house price predictions, okay, and there I talked about regression, okay, versus classification। तो इसको हम डिटेल में बताएंगे, अभी बस ऐसा ही मैंने बता दिया, ठीक है। रिग्रेशन में क्या होगा, लेवल इज गोइंग टू बी अ कॉन्टिन्यूअस वेरिएबल, एंड क्लासिफिकेशन में योर लेवल इज गोना बी दी डिस्क्रीट वेरिएबल। तो प्लीज लेट मी नो, आई होप हाउ यू हैव टू आल्सो टेल मी इन द चैट, आई मीन इन द कमेंट बॉक्स, व्हाट यू वांट टू लर्न, राइट, सो दैट आई कैन ब्रिंग मोर कॉन्सेप्ट्स एंड द वे यू वांट टू लर्न, राइट। इस सेशन के बारे में आपको डिस्कस करना है कि कैसा सेशन है, आपके अंडरस्टैंडिंग के अंदर है कि नहीं है, राइट, आपको समझ में आया कि नहीं आया, ठीक है। क्योंकि पूरी तरह नया है ना, इट डज नॉट रिलेट विद एनीथिंग, इट रिलेट्स विद योर रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल्स। अगर आप रियल लाइफ में ये सारी चीजें एक्सपीरियंस करते हो तभी आपको ये समझ में आता है, राइट। जैसे आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउस प्राइस प्रेडिक्शन, राइट। फाइन, सो great guys, we will catch up in the next session. Thank you so much for today. Yes, thank you, and we will meet in the next session, guys. Okay, so I hope everybody might have enjoyed, and कल से हम लोगों का अच्छे से सेशन चलेगा। सारे टॉपिक कवर करना है विद इन नेक्स्ट 15 डेज, और एमएल में सारा मार्क्स लाना है। वट एवर वेटेज विल बी लाइक 10 to 15 मार्क्स जो भी रहेगा। लेकिन प्लीज लर्न मैथमेटिक्स गाइज। अगर आपको कोई भी डाउट आता है मैथ्स में, यू गाइज कैन ऑलवेज रीच टू मी, राइट। मैथमेटिक्स बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर मैं कहीं भी बोलता हूँ फंक्शन, तो ऐसा मुझे नहीं फील होना चाहिए कि अरे फंक्शन ही नहीं समझ में आता, और फंक्शन का मतलब क्या होता है, कैसे हम, है ना। तो अब यहाँ पर एक्स टीचर हो सकता है, वाई आपका लेवल हो गया, तो ये नए नए वर्ड्स आपको मिलेंगे, ठीक है। चलो ठीक है, विल कैच अप एंड